Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to take a look at the TRC Urban Tactical. At this point, this is in the box. I haven't even opened it up yet, and I thought this would be a fantastic opportunity for an unboxing. Now when it comes down to it, TRC knives are known for being extremely well made, beautiful fit and finish, awesome durability, and typically their use of Elmax steel. Now, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to really look at one in detail, with the exception being I did happen to see TRC knives for the first time at Blade Show 2024. And at this point, now I have the Urban Tactical. So before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at TRC who did provide this for review. But as we get into this here, TRC knives, I'm actually very excited for this because of the, I guess at this point, the prestige, the real enjoyment of their fans. They really do have a strong fan base. People swear by these knives, and as you take a look at it here, just an awesome presentation right out of the box. So as you see here, actually little, sort of serialized card here. So it looks like this is number 47, the Urban Tactical in Elmax, the Apocalypse finish, 60 to 61 HRC. And then they're calling this the NCM handle material. This is dated, so literally fresh into the box. Looks like June 3rd, 2024. And it's signed. So very cool, very official. Awesome TRC sticker. And the knife itself coming in this just beautiful box with a magnetized front lid. Now TRC knives are made in Lithuania. So here you can see, made in Lithuania. And again, just a really clean and classy presentation. But as we look at the knife itself here, I am very excited for this. So this will be just a first look and impression. Take a look at this in detail, and then in the future, I will absolutely put this to good practical use. Now coming with this Kydex, beautifully form fit, just solid, perfect click, extremely well form fit, drainage hole, nice eyelets, ambidextrous. Little sort of tension screw here so you can adjust the tension. This awesome strap for horizontal carry, and then the pull the dot snap, which these are kind of like a single direction. You kind of need to pull these very strategically to get them to open. And obviously this is potentially multi-positional depending on what you're trying to do. The knife itself with the Apocalypse finish. Each and every one of these finishes a little bit different. They're kind of like a forced patina, and as you take a look here, you can see clearly, this one here having that forced patina look, and this will get hard use patina from me over time, and the standard finish with my own hard use will make this just an awesome look overall. Now as you take a look at the knife, the first thing is this is a very well balanced little knife. Simple, nimble in the hand, nice large size, but it's not overly large, but it's a good size in terms of a general belt or field knife. You could probably EDC this if you want. I would say for me, it gets to be just a little bit bigger than an EDC, but you could absolutely do it. But where this is going to be awesome for me and what I really look forward to, I'm actually probably going to include this a little bit of my tactical setup. I have myself a tactical vest that I have set up, kind of ready to go, and I feel like this would just mount so perfectly right on that, but we'll see. Now when it comes down to the handles, they say NCM. To me, I feel like that's natural micarta, if I had to kind of, beat through that acronym. So I'm going to say natural micarta handles, oversized, large, black fluted pins holding everything together. The steel Elmax, again HRC, 60 to 61. The Apocalypse finish and everything. Chamfered all over the edges very nicely. So the crowned spine sitting a little bit proud over the scales, but also finished extremely well. So while you hold the knife and while you have the solid purchase, nothing going to beat up on your hands. Checking out that edge, absolutely razor sharp. And as we take a look at that secondary bevel very even from the tip all the way down to a sharpening choil. So again, you can see very well refined. This is a 2/3 height saber grind, which is, in my opinion, the best grind. I love this grind more than anything else. Flat, and it seems to be flat through the primary bevel, so not hollow ground by any means. The spine is fully chamfered all the way over the top into an unsharpened swedge. Nice jimping over the top, fairly large and square, but at the same time, it's chamfered and it's softened out, so it's going to give you a good solid purchase for your thumb, yet not beat you up too much. That's going to be a nice grip, and I do like this where you end up with a fairly reasonable guard underneath the handle, and as you grip, you definitely get a nice, solid, reasonable purchase that's going to be strong, give you the ability to do a little bit of stabbing. Now for me, I really love reverse grip for stabbing. I do a lot of fire prep and splitting of kindling to start my fire, and a great way to do that. Again, over the top, split down, twist and crack the wood, and you will absolutely have the ability to do this easily between having that guard, but also the fact that on the pommel end, it's nicely rounded over the top, so you can get your thumb on there, and that's going to work out wonderfully. As we roll this over, you'll also notice that on the underside, you have that jimping as well. And again, softened, chamfered, and the ability to get actually some grip with your fingers underneath. And this indexes extremely well. And right here, maybe the only place where I'm feeling a little bit of a hot spot is this peak right here, where these fingers grip in. And when I do that, that peak pushes in right there. So over time, I might find that that just needs to be softened out just a little bit. However, what I can say is when you need to extract this from the sheath, you get an absolute positive grip there, and that does aid in your ability to just rip this knife clear out of the sheath without any hesitation. So with the pros come the cons, but with the cons come the pros. And so you might say, well, that's a little bit sharp, but at the same time, I'm going to say that definitely aids in your ability to withdraw the knife from the sheath quickly. As I've been holding this, you can see that it leaves little ribs and ridges on my hands, but that's because you end up with a 3D machined micarta. So the micarta here having ribs in two different directions, both horizontally towards the guard area, and then vertically to the pommel area. And that's giving me just a little bit of texture, some tactile feel. Feels great on the hands. As you look at the scales, they are also chamfered over, mating up with the spine of the knife, which then also crowned and chamfered over. So you end up with nice layers, beautiful texture, awesome construction, good ergonomics. Just a really cool knife. And to top it off, a simple lanyard hole in the pommel. So if you're somebody that likes a pinky lanyard, that would work out extremely well. I would say chances are pretty high I will do that. Give myself a nice little pinky lanyard. Again, further aiding in my ability to reach in, grab that pinky lanyard, extract the knife, and that works out well. I would say this knife would definitely perform extremely well for somebody that likes bushcraft tasks. It would also work very well for a lighter duty, sort of mid-size urban knife. I would definitely say you're going to struggle to EDC this if you're in a location that doesn't allow fixed blades on the hip. But if you are, this would be an awesome awesome blade. The finish for me is hit or miss. I feel like when you have a finish that's a forced patina, you kind of want to avoid the large sort of lumps. To me, that just looks like a chunk of rust, but at the same time, that's kind of the nature of the apocalyptic finish. So I'm not going to knock it. It's just not truly my sort of preference. I would much prefer a beautiful, just dark wash over the flats with a satin flat, and I think that would look really cool for this blade. But at the same time, again, that's just a personal preference. Now, where the Urban Tactical is a drop point design, I would call this blade shape fairly traditional. As you take a look at it here, just for the example, here I have the Battle Horse Knives Woodsman Pro. And you can take a look at these and say, well, they're actually pretty darn similar in terms of the overall blade shape. I mean, subtleties, of course, are going to be different, but generally speaking, fairly similar. And even furthermore, my own TFK T17.4. So, I mean, I didn't even think about it at the time that I had designed this and how similar in overall blade shape some of these knives can be. But at the same time, you can see fairly traditional in terms of their shape. It's really the handles that start to differentiate. And one of the things that I am going to say I love about the Urban Tactical, I like that it's a really slim profile. So as we go through this in some specifications, just to cover this in a little bit of detail, the overall length here, just shy of 8.5 inches. The blade length, just shy of 3.9 inches, so I think it's closer to around 3.85 inches. And then the stock thickness is 3.5 millimeters, which is a little over 1/8 of an inch. So again, fairly slim in terms of the blade stock. This is going to be a nice and slicey knife. And in terms of the weight, just out of the curiosity, let's get the scale up and running here. So I'll weigh the knife alone, which as we put this on here, for all you US and European fans, 5.1 ounces or 144 grams. And now with the sheath, 6.6 ounces or 186 grams, which overall is a pretty nice light package. I could also seeing this being a fantastic knife for somebody who likes to backpack, the outdoor adventurer, somebody who's looking for something that's going to have fantastic edge retention, good corrosion resistance, the excellent fit and finish, nice slim package, and fairly lightweight. So a durable, capable knife that's not going to weigh you down. And so all in all, there you have it, the Urban Tactical knife from TRC. It's time for me to get this field ready for my needs. I'm going to clean off a little bit of the factory oil. I'm going to bring it upstairs. I'm going to wash this knife. I'm going to start using it on my daily food prep needs. It's going to be my new daily steak knife. And I'm just going to absolutely enjoy and use this every way possible. So, to the people at TRC, thank you again so much for providing this for review. There will be more of this to come. For the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there. So if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.